Number 1. The equation of a curve is y equals to x squared minus 8x plus 5. Find the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve. To find the minimum point, we can use the completing the square form. So we do x squared minus 8x plus 5 in the form of, we prepare the bracket, the square, and then the negative to do the completing the square of the first two terms. So from the first two terms, we can see that x squared will become x in here, and negative 8x is equals to negative 4 because we have to divide by 2. So we divide by 2 and by x. So negative 8x divided by 2 and x is equals to negative 4. And then in here, we subtract by this number square. So this is equals to x minus 4 square minus 16 plus 5 equals to x minus 4 square minus 11. From the completing the square form, we can easily find the vertex. So the vertex coordinate of the turning point are 4 and negative 11. We can just take it from here. When this value equals to 0, so it will be a minimum score. So when this term is equals to 0, the minimum score will be equals to negative 11. So the vertex here is the minimum point. So if you draw, it will be a minimum point because this is an x squared. Yeah, if you remember the quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c, if a is greater than 0, it will be facing up. If a is smaller than 0, it will be facing down. So this will be a minimum. This one will be a maximum. So the coordinates of the minimum point are negative 4, negative 11. So this is 4 and this is negative 11. The curve is stretched by a factor of 2 parallel to the y-axis and then translated by 4, 1. Find the coordinates of the minimum point of the transformed curve. Stretched by a factor of 2 parallel to the y-axis is a vertical stretch. So we do a vertical stretch by scale factor 2. So fx will become 2fx when it is stretched vertically by scale factor 2. And then we translate the function by 4, 1. So that means it will be 4 to the right and 1 upwards. So it will become 2fx minus 4. Yeah, don't forget that the x translation will be opposite, negative for right direction and positive for left direction. And then u plus 1 up. So find the coordinates of the minimum point of the transformed curve. So from here, that means this coordinate, the 4, -11, first should be stretched by a scale factor 2. So we multiply the y-axis, the y value, by 2. Yeah, from this notation, fx to become 2fx is multiplying the y by 2. So we multiply the y by 2, so it's become 4 and -22. And then translate by 4, 1. So in here, we move the curve 4 units to the right. So it will turn 4 become 8. And then we move the curve 1 unit up. So from -22 will become -21. So this is the final coordinates of the minimum point. Find the equation of the transform curve. Give the answer in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are integers to be found. Now we have to express this notation 2fx minus 4 plus 1. So it will be 2fx minus 4 plus 1, while the fx is equals to x squared minus 8x plus 5, or I can simply use the completed the square form. It seems easier. So x minus 4 squared minus 11. So fx is x minus 4 squared minus 11. So if I change into this 2 of fx minus 4, it will become 2 of x minus 4. So we change x in here with x minus 4. So we change here x minus 4. So it become x minus 4 minus 4 squared minus 11. And then we add by 1. So we add by 1. So it's 2 x minus 8 squared minus 22 plus 1. So it is 2, and then we can expand this because we have to express in this form. So x squared minus 16x plus 64 minus, close bracket, minus 22 plus 1. So it's 2x squared minus 32x plus 128 minus 21. So equals to 2x squared minus 32x plus 107. So this is the transform curve. Number 2. The transformations R denotes the reflection in x-axis. And the transformation T denotes a translation by 3, -1. So let us define the transformation. R is a reflection in the x-axis. So it is a vertical reflection. So it will become negative fx because it's negative y, reflection in the x-axis. Transformation T is a translation. So this is 3 right and 1 downwards. So find the equation of gx. the curve with equation of y equals to x squared after it has been transformed by sequence of transformations r followed by t. So we do r first. So we reflect the function y equals to x squared under the transformations r. We reflect it to the equation. So we reflect it in the x-axis, so it's become negative y. So this is negative x squared. And then we translate by 3 and negative 1. So it will become, so if I write this one is fx, so this one is negative fx. And the next one will be a negative fx. This is 3 to the right, so it's minus 3. And then 1 down, so it's minus 1. So it will equals to minus. So the x squared will be replaced by x minus 3 squared minus 1. Yeah, because we translate, we put x as the x minus 3. B, find the equation of hx of the curve with equation y equals to x squared after it has been transformed by the sequence of transformations t followed by r. So first we do the translation first. So y equals to x squared, under transformation t, it will become, so we translate by 3 negative 1. So if this is an fx, so it will become fx minus 3 and then minus 1. And after that, it will become under the transformations r, reflected by the x-axis. So we make it negative of this function minus 1. So the result are this will become y equals to x minus 3 squared minus 1. And under the transformations r, it become minus. So we minus all of this. Yeah, the same as this. So we minus everything. X minus 3 squared minus 1. So this is equals to, simplified into minus x minus 3 squared plus 1. State fully the transformations that maps the curve y equals to gx onto y equals to hx. So how do we convert from this? Minus x minus 3 squared minus x minus 3 squared minus 1 to become minus x minus 3 squared plus 1. So I can express this as minus x minus 3 squared minus 1 plus 2, while this is equals to the original function of gx. So this is gx. So this will be hx equals to, this is gx plus 2. So gx plus 2 is a translation by 0, 2. Number 3. The diagram shows the graph of y fx, which consists of two straight lines AB and BC. the lines A prime, B prime, and B prime, C prime from the graph of y equal to gx, which is a result of applying sequence of two transformations in either order to y equals to x. State fully the two transformations. So we have to see the between A, B, C to become A prime, B prime, and B prime, C prime. So what can we see? We see first, AB has a length of x in the horizontal length of 3 squares, while the image has 6 in length, in horizontal length. So that means the curve is being stretched in horizontal directions by the scale factor of 2, from 3 squares into 6 squares. This is 3 squares into 6 squares. So it will be multiplied by 2. So this is the horizontal. Horizontal stretch by scale factor 2. And then if we do the horizontal stretch by scale factor 2, so the value of 1, x equals to 1, will become x equals to 2. So it will be here. But the fact is, the point here is moved to here. Again, point B has the x coordinate of 2. So when you multiply it by 2, it should become 4. So here. But again, the B is dragged down into here. So that means there is a translation by 0, negative 2. So these are the two transformations. Now, how do we write down in the function notation? So we have to write in gx equals to, gx is the new one, the image. So horizontal starts by scale factor 2. So it's f of, if it is horizontal, so it should be in opposite notation. So it's not multiplied by 2, but it's multiplied by half. So it's half x. And then translation by negative 2, so it's negative 2. So this is the notation. But they only ask you for the two transformations without writing the notation. And for number 4, the graph of equation fx is transformed to the graph of equation gx by a stretch in x direction with a factor of 0.5 and followed by the translation of 0, 1. The diagram below shows the graph of fx. On the diagram, sketch the graph of y equals to gx. So again, x being stretched by scale factor half. So that means we multiply the x coordinates, because it is in the x direction, by half. So we see the x coordinate here is 0. So multiply by half, it equals to 0. And then after we multiply by half, so if we multiply everything by half, this is 1, become half is this. And this is 2, become half is this. 3 become 1 and a half. 4, it will become 2. So it will be like this. Under the horizontal stretch in the x direction with scale factor 0.5. But this graph is also translated by 0, 1. So that means we lift the function up by 1 unit. So that means all of this should be flipped by 1 unit. So it should be this, 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 and this. So everything should be lifted by 1 unit after it's being stretched by scale factor half. B, find an expression of gx in terms of fx. So gx here, it's under a horizontal stretch. Horizontal stretch scale factor half. So again, we have to write it down in opposite notation. So the scale factor is 0.5. So the number that we write here is 2x. Yeah, it's in opposite way. It's in 1 over the scale factor. Yeah, 1 over the scale factor. So the scale factor is half, so we write it 1 over 1/2. So it's equals to 2. And then translate by 1, so it's plus 1. So this is the notation. Okay, this is the last question in this paper. Thank you.